Welcome, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yeah, and today we are going to be watching a Mr. Nightmare video. Anyway, yeah. Please subscribe, turn on the notification, click the bell beside you. Anyway, yeah, let's jump right onto it, shall we? Okay. This one is called Three True Scary Horror Stories. So not really much, so it could be anything. I actually really like these ones because usually you don't know what to expect. Or the ones that say three true disturbing horror stories. I don't mind either or creepy stories. Because you don't know what to expect. But yeah, I'm so excited for this. Yeah, let's jump right onto it. Woo! Subtitles on? Yeah. Woo! Hoo-hoo!
My dad was around 50, got an African gray. He always loved parrots his whole life, so I was happy for him to get one after his retirement. He named the bird Kevin.
Little Kevin.
A whole vocabulary of words, and he actually trained him to understand the meaning behind certain words, like hello, what's up, food, thank you, good, and a few others. My dad passed away at 70, and with that came the time to figure out amongst my siblings and I what would happen to Kevin. My brother and sister didn't want the responsibility of taking Kevin into their homes. Plus, their spouses were against it too. But I couldn't bear the idea of giving him away to a new home. Kevin was and is one of my last connections to my dad. In a sense, that was his best friend. So I decided I would take him into my home. I put his cage in the den at my house. My house doesn't have a basement, so the den is considered the lowest level in the house. Kevin is a moderately noisy bird. He can be a chatterbox some hours of the day, usually earlier on. But later in the day and at night, he quiets down. When he's too noisy, I'll
Oh,
put him right under
Kevin.
his cage, and that normally quiets him down. I watch TV in the den at night to keep him company. Then around 10, I'll migrate to my room to let him go to sleep. That's pretty much the backstory behind Kevin. I've been taking care of him for 2 years now, so I know exactly how he behaves.
Oh, poor Kevin. I do love a little cute parrot, little cute little birdie. Oh, poor Kevin. I hope he doesn't die in this video. I don't think he will, but like, little Bubba. I love a lot of that. I don't like all animals. I love animals, but I love birds. I love rabbits. I love cats. I like dogs. Pretty much, them I'd say my top four favorites. Oh, but Kevin, little Kevin. Oh.
Speaking of out of the ordinary, it was one night in December around 11 p.m. that Kevin started making sound while I was trying to sleep. I sleep with the door open since I live alone and need to be able to hear anything if something's going on in the house. Hearing him making his squawking noises past dark, especially this late at night, is unusual beyond doubt, and something was irritating him. I went down to the den to see what was bothering him. He was wide awake on the lower perch of the two in the cage. He looked at me and was saying things like hello, what's up, and his name. All the while he was nodding his head up and down, moving his whole body in the process, as if he were dancing. I tried to feed him, but he didn't eat.
Oh, hell no. Better not be the dancing clown.
I was in the kitchen when I stopped inside, because he was still making the noises, and I had a feeling he wasn't going to stop. Having work the next day, I couldn't afford to lose sleep because of him. I really didn't know what to do. I'm still to this day not exactly a bird expert. I went back downstairs and uncovered him. He was still doing his little dance, bobbing his head and body and making his distressed sounds. It didn't click with me until thinking I heard something in the pantry closet a few feet away from his cage.
Oh, hell no.
I walked over to it and hovered my hand over the light switch to the pantry, which was outside of the door. The door has one of those big glass panels that many pantry doors have, so when I flicked the light switch, I saw the outline of a body on the inside.
Oh, hell no! This might be the scariest one so far that I've reacted to. Even the guy that chased him around the other video where the guy chased the guy around the house, that was pretty scary too. But if you see a body in the pantry, I'd be shitting myself. Oh. Whoo. Hell. Hell. Hell no.
Flight response kicked in, and I chose fight. I opened the door screaming, trying to get my adrenaline rushing. I grabbed the man in the pantry closet out and threw him to the floor.
Whoa,
He
damn.
tried to fight back, but I easily overpowered him and had him in what I could best describe as a chokehold. He was a 50-something-year-old homeless-looking man with the smell to match it. I yelled at him, "Who are you? Why are you in my house?" He tried grabbing my face to possibly gouge my eyes or something, but I continued to wring his neck and punch him. During all this, Kevin was going berserk in his cage. When the man on the floor seemed weak enough, I literally sprinted for the nearest phone and came right back and kept him on the ground while I called 911. The man was taken to jail, but he had no ID on him, nothing. He was homeless and had nothing to his name, and as such he was considered what some people call judgment proof, meaning even if I tried to sue him, I wouldn't get anything from him. He had raided my pantry closet that night and had opened jars of peanut butter, boxes of cookies and crackers, and all sorts
I
of
do
other
like
things
peanut butter.
foods.
I
If it
don't
weren't
blame
for
you.
my dad's parrot, I don't know what else that man would have taken or done in my house. I'm grateful for Kevin, and I like to think part of my dad is watching over me in that bird.
Oh, little bird. Poor Kevin. Oh, good on Kevin. We're proud of you, Kevin. Good on ya. Oh, yay. Yeah, that was scary. That was very terrifying. I'd have to go maybe about an 8. I was going to go 8.5 because of the body. Ugh, imagine seeing a body in a pantry. How did he even fit? I guess you could fit people in a pantry. It's not. It's a pantry, but still. Oh, woo, scary. Yeah, about an 8. That one was scary. Truly frightening.
This story takes place when I was a junior in high school. For context, here's a little background information. Back in the day, I was a pretty involved student, took all the hard classes, and was in a few varsity sports. In one of these ways, I was always busy and didn't have much time for myself, and part of me was thankful for that. It provided me an escape from a world where my parents had recently parted ways and my older brother had just gone to college. It was just me and my little brother then. He also was a swimmer and a smart kid in his own right. We were really similar, even to this day. But probably because of the stresses our family situation put on us at the time, we didn't get along, near at all. One of those wet winter days in the Midwest, I put in my time at school and swim, and I still had to sit down for several hours of homework. This time I had to write an essay for some advanced class that I wasn't really interested in. I dropped my swim bag at the door when I got home and looked around my house to see if anyone was home. Empty. Dad must be out with recent swim practice. His club team had the slot at the pool after the high school team was done. I popped in a mouthful of Cheez-Its and headed down to the basement to my office to get some schoolwork done. The house was a middle-class two-story with an unfinished basement, with the exception of what I referred to as my office. From a career past, my dad used to work from home, but no longer did. I was the only one who used this place, so my family, or what was left of
Breakthrough 5 types of tough.
the way across the concrete floors and unattached carpet samples down there to the one finished out room of the basement. I flicked on the CFL light. It was like any other night after words to what the concept of hedonism and the picture of Dorian Gray meant to me as best I could, or as convincingly as I could. Out of the dark, I heard my little brother call out to me, "Quinny, Quinny, come up." Almost reflexively, I called back to him, "Reese, I'm working. What do you need?" We would yell through the house like brothers do, but it took me a minute to realize I didn't hear him come home. I got no response, only for a couple minutes though. Again, I heard my little brother's voice sing out, "Quinny, Quinny, come up." It felt strange hearing those words carried across the dark, concrete floor. He's supposed to be at swim practice. I called back out to him.
That ain't Quinny.
But again, I received no answer. I thought about just starting my essay again. But the family situation was delicate at best. I didn't want to be in trouble if my little brother actually needed something. I made the decision to get up and go find out for myself.
No, you're
I
not gonna
wandered up the
find
basement
Quinny.
staircase. The the only way a high schooler can, and I called out again for my brother. Reese, what's up? I'm really busy. I checked all around the main floor looking for my little brother, or even signs he was home. No shoes, no backpack, so he wasn't home. And there was no car in the driveway either. The only reason my dad would be gone right now would be to pick him up. Satisfied, I turned back for the stairs when I heard my little brother's voice ring out, Quinny, Quinny, come up. This time every hair on my body stood on end. It just didn't make sense. He had to be at practice, and if he really needed me, he would have come to me. I go to the base of the second floor stairs and called out to him one more time. Reese, what's going on? Are you okay? For a minute, no answer. Reese, I'm really busy. Can you tell me what's up? It's quiet for way too long as I stared up the dark staircase.
That's
Logically, I had
disturbing.
no reason to believe anyone was up there.
The way
But I heard Reese's
the
voice.
way he said the dark staircase, like, why not the dark staircase? There's a lot of stairs and scares and that staircase. Wow. The way he said it was very disturbing. Ugh. Sent chills down my spine.
Just calmly speak this time and not call out in his sing-song way those same 4 words. Quinny, Quinny, come up. What? I asked under my breath. I couldn't comprehend the situation. I did
That's
quick inventory of
disturbing.
any probable scenario. Break-in, wrong voice. A prank? I would have seen something at this point. It had to be Reese, and maybe helping him would make me a good brother. So I began up the stairs. My heart pounded with each step.
Why would you still go up the stairs after hearing that shit?
Then I heard the buzz of the garage door motor. I ran back down the stairs and looked out the window. It was my father's sedan, and him and my little brother got out. I stumbled from the window to the hall where they would enter, and I felt my heart almost stop beating. I collapsed on the floor and just started to cry uncontrollably.
Ooh, the way they ended that story was very sus. Oh shit. I don't know, that was very creepy. I don't know what to give that one. That one was like scary, like very. That one's more disturbing, disturbingly creepy. If that makes any sense. I'm gonna go 7.5. Like, I don't feel like there wasn't a person in the house, but he did collapse. That was kind of scary. I'll go 7.5. It wasn't as scary as the other one because it was a real person, but it was kind of creepy. I think maybe just how he narrated that story. Ooh, Quinny, Quinny, come up. Quinny, Quinny, come up. Like, why? Why would you still go up to it after seeing that shit? Like, whoo, whoo. I've got chills. Like, I got chills down my spine. Seriously.
This was like 15 years ago now when I was a kid. I was with my best friend Jackson at some abandoned family resort or bungalow colony type place in New York. It was off the main road and down a private dirt path driveway entrance. And there was a rather large property with a bunch of old abandoned buildings, including at least 10 small bungalows, a main hall, a few bathroom stations, and an indoor pool house. Along with that was an outdoor pool, a shuffleboarding area, and a kid's playground. Everything was old, run down, and with tall, overgrown grass growing over it. We found this place
That's
accidentally.
a sus location. That looks very sus. Alright, just the way it's located looks very sus.
209. But we didn't explore it that
Old
day.
pictures.
We came back another night. By the time we went, it was past sunset. The sun was kissing the sky goodnight. It was getting very dark, but we didn't want to come during the day in fear of getting caught and getting charged with trespassing. We brought along walkie-talkies and flashlights with us to communicate to each other when we'd split up. We started looking around the bungalows together. Most of them looked the same and were relatively small. 1 or 2 beds each, a small kitchen, and 1 bathroom each. Some of them had these little living room areas. Halfway looking through these bungalows, I split off from Jackson because he was moving kind of slow. I tried to enter the building that looked to be the main hall or office or something, but but every entrance was locked. I walkie-talkied Jackson to tell him that the big building was locked. He didn't walkie-talkie back. I wondered if I was out of range from where he was. 2 minutes later, I found myself at one of the two bathroom buildings. It was probably a 400 square foot building. There were no doors to the building, though. It was unusual. It just had two big openings, one for the men's room, one for the women's room. I remember the signs being faded and worn out looking. Then I saw these red tracks on the dirty old concrete bathroom floor. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say they looked like bloody footprints, but I couldn't explain what these red marks could be then, and I still can't see.
It's blood!
Regardless, it was pitch black inside that bathroom around that corner, and that was the first building I was scared to enter. I tried walkie-talking to Jackson again, hoping he was in range this time. I pressed the button on the walkie and said, "Yo, where are you?" When I let go, I heard the beep sound that the receiving walkie makes after getting a message from inside the bathroom. It gave me a near heart attack. Then I thought Jackson must already be in there, hence the red-looking footsteps. I called his name, and it echoed into the bathroom. I was actually about to step into the bathroom thinking he was hiding from me, pranking me. I
That
heard
ain't
Jackson's
Jackson.
voice call out from the distance behind me, outside in the darkness of the night. I heard him
Oh,
getting
hell
closer.
no.
Couldn't see him in the dark, but he obviously saw my light. So I yelled back, "I found your walkie-talkie." I started stepping into the bathroom. But then he said back, "Don't go in there. I never went in there." This is when I turned around and hurried right out of there. I pressed and released the talk button really quick on my walkie. Pausing the beep again from inside that pitch black women's room. Jackson and I looked at each other for half a second, then began dashing in the direction we came.
Yeah. I'd be out of there. Hell no.
This is when Jackson told me that inside one of the bungalows he went into, he tried walkie-talking me, but I wasn't answering. I mean, we must have been out of range. And then he heard a noise from the living area of the bungalow. As he turned around, his flashlight revealed an older woman almost running towards him. He dropped his walkie-talkie and flashlight and ran out from the bungalow. He ran in the dark and hid, refraining from making noise in fear of being followed. He hid for a questionable amount of time before looking around and seeing my flashlight across the field, over at the bathrooms. The most likely explanation to me was that some cracked-out drug addict was hiding or
Woo!
for whatever reason lunged at Jackson and picked up his walkie-talkie. What she was doing in that bathroom, who knows? Maybe drugs, maybe the bathroom in the bungalow didn't work. But what I don't know is why was there a trail of what looked like blood in there?
Yeah, that's a bit
Theory, but I
sus.
can't explain all of it away. That's the scariest part.
Ooh. Oh, that was terrifying. Oh, yeah, I am spooked. That was awful. That last one too. I'd have to go. Oh, I didn't give it a rating. I'd have to go maybe probably an 8. The first one was an 8.5 because someone was in their pantry. Second one was about 8, and the second one was 7.5, and then the last one was an 8. I feel like the second one should have been 8 too. Eerie about 9.5 because the second one was I don't know, just someone calling out your name. I mean, I get paranoid when I hear my name and then you don't, and no one else talks back to you. Like, no, they don't talk the same way. That you just hear your name and you call out to them, and nobody's there. And then they'll say it again, and it's nobody's there. You still can't hear them again, and it's like 5 minutes later, then they're calling out your name. It's like that's eerie. That's disturbing. And then you see him at the driveway, and then it's like dad and the little brother, and then all you hear is their names. Like, oh shit! Hell no, that would disturb me. I'm just getting chills. Like, I'm really freaking out. Like, oh. Yeah, probably shouldn't watch these at night, but I do. Yeah, and The first one with the guy in the pantry. Just running chills down my spine. Like, oh, hell no. Oh, imagine when you see the outline of, like, somebody's body in your pantry. It's like, oh, yeah. Good on Kev. Good on Kevin. He saved the day. That good old birdie. But, oh, yeah, no. He tackled him to the ground, too. Like, I would have freaked out doing that. Yeah, and the last one with the lady chasing them, yeah, that's disturbing. What was she doing in the bathroom? I don't want to know. Anyway. Yeah. So that was it. Anyway, yeah. Please subscribe, turn the notification, and click the bell so I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye.